It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl, the science quiz program here in the Prince George's Schools. It's been going on for 37 years and we have two great schools playing our game today, two elementary schools. Let's meet them right now. Say hello to the team from Apple Grove Elementary School. Say hello to Kelvin. Kelvin is the captain over there. Asim is here and Ashlyn as well, wearing matching shirts over there. And Apple Grove, we haven't seen you on Science Bowl at least for 20 years. Welcome back. Oxon Hill is here with us today. Say hello to Julie. Hey, Julie. Jace is here, the team captain. Jace is a great player, we can tell already. And Blake is here. Hey, Blake. Good to have you on the set. Here on the Science Bowl, we have 6 categories of questions. Let's share those categories with you right now.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty, with easier questions on the left worth 5 and 10 points, tougher ones 15, 20, ultimately 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out with 50 points, no penalties ever for incorrect answers, and at the end of the 2 rounds today, one of these two good-looking teams will come back to play Mattapanai for the chance to move on to this year's semifinals. Let's go over and make sure everything's working properly. Let's go with that red team. Hey, Kelvin, give a push on that buzzer if you would. Thank you. Good luck to you, to Asim, and to Ashlyn. And let's try the green team's equipment over there. Hey, Jace. Okay, A-OK over there. Julie and Blake, good luck to you as well. Are we going to have some fun? Yes. Are you a little nervous? Yeah, it's natural to be a little bit nervous. I'm nervous too. It's going to keep us on our game. We're going to have a great time today. May the better team win, and know that you've already won because your school's picked you to be ambassadors today. You are winners. Let's just have a good time. We go alphabetically, A before O, so Apple Grove and Kelvin. Let's play the ball. Go.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points to start out the game, and it is a visual question. Let's look at the picture that's going to be on the monitor here in the studio. You know, leaves not only have veins like we do, but down the center of some of them, as you see here, there's a structure named for another human body part, a group of which forms a cage around your heart.
Rib cage.
Apple Grove.
Rib cage.
Again?
Rib cage.
Rib. Rib is what we want, so that is a rib going through the center of the leaf, and you are correct. All right, Kelvin, you draw first blood. You got the first points. Go red.
Zoo Parade for 10.
Zoo Parade for 10 points. When arthropods, like crabs, shed their exoskeleton as they grow larger, they are not melting as the Wicked Witch of the West and the Wizard of Oz did. Oxon Hill?
Molting.
They are molting. That's right. A sound alike. Thank you, Blake. You got where we were headed there. Those crabs are molting when they shed their exoskeleton. Nice answer. Go green. Jace, you pick.
Green things for 10.
Green things for? 10. All right. Here's the question for you. It was said, remember they had that lottery that was worth $1 billion? Everybody was buying tickets. They said the chance of winning the $1 billion lottery was so remote that you had a better chance of becoming a saint or being hit on the head with one of these largest seeds in the world.
Coconut.
Oxon Hill.
Coconut.
Coconut is right. Yes, indeed. Asim knew it. You got to get Kelvin to push the buzzer. You can't just yell it out. Okay, go again. Green.
Okay. Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. If you're good spellers, listen carefully. If you take away just one letter from the atomic particle known as the neutron, you'll get one of these nerve cells. Chase.
Oh. Wait, what do you think?
Neuron.
Neuron. That's it, Blake. You got rid of the T. Instead of a neutron, you got a neuron. Yeah, you're doing well. Good. Green, go.
What'd you say? Green things for 20.
Green things for 20 points. You know, if you have plants at home and you don't water them, sometimes they look really sickly. They get kind of yellow and, you know, they look like they're on their last stems. The question is, if a plant looks sickly, all yellow and pale, it's likely suffering from something called chlorosis, meaning it's not producing enough of this pigment. Kelvin.
I like to pass it on to Asim.
Asim.
Chlorine. Wait.
Say it again.
Chlorine?
Not chloride. Is
Wait,
that
I
what
have
you're
it.
saying? No. Oxon Hill. Chlorosis, a plant that is pale and sickly, lets you know that it's not producing enough of this pigment. Oxon Hill?
I don't know.
It's chlorophyll. Chlorophyll. It sounds like chlorosis. You don't have enough chlorophyll. Okay, last correct answer came from that green team. 75 to 65. You have a 10-point edge. Jace, go.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. You know, some vegetables are described by familiar names. It's a stalk of celery, a spear of asparagus, and a head of this vegetable. Kelvin.
A head of cabbage.
Head of cabbage, yeah, or cauliflower or lettuce. You got it. Good points. Red, we'll turn that light out there and we'll let Kelvin pick another question. Go ahead.
Let's get physical for 15.
15 points, and let's get physical. The batteries in your car, the ones that die when you least want that to happen, the batteries in our cars have sulfuric acid in the center well, and the metal plates on the outside of the battery are made of a chemical element with the symbol capital P, small b. Name that metal, PB, Oxon Hill. Talk among yourselves. Ashlyn, Kelvin, Asim, what chemical? We've studied the periodic table. Mr. Z is asking for the one that has the symbol PB. What do we remember? Oxon Hill, you rang in. What do you want to tell me? Don't ring unless you have an idea.
Okay, then never mind.
Give me a chemical. Apple Grove, PB. Lead. Go again, please, red. Kelvin, you choose. 5 points behind the lead.
Zoo parade for 5.
Zoo Parade for 5 points. A popular PBS show called Arthur featured a walking, talking one of these African Jace.
Aardvark?
Aardvark, that's right. You got that just under the
A-R-D-V-A-R-K.
bell. The buzzer says our first round is over, and our score, it's a close game, 70 for Apple Grove, 80 for Oxon Hill. We'll be back with more of Science Bowl and some interviews. We'll find out more about our contestants in just a moment. And welcome back to Science Bowl. Close game today. 2 outstanding elementary schools here today. As we were saying at the top of the show, Apple Grove has not been with us for many, many years, decades even. So we're so happy to have them here today. Kelvin, thanks for anchoring this team here. Tell us about Apple Grove. Who is your principal? I know she's here.
Our principal is Dr. Holland.
Absolutely. She is out there. She is so excited for you. And you have a coach that is also equally excited. Who's he?
Mr. Derek Jones.
Absolutely, and I know he's been working hard with you, and they're back. They're down there. They're just glowing with pride that you guys are here today. Any alternates on your team? Can you give me first names?
Our alternates are Jaslyn, Rachel, and Nigel.
Wonderful. So you got kind of a shadow team out there.
And
Ashlyn, did you
Data.
forget somebody?
Yeah, Anna Data.
All right, yeah. They're all listening for their
Yeah,
names.
yeah.
Ashlyn, thanks for your assist there. Tell us something about Apple Grove that puts it on the map. What's something exciting there that people like to talk about and do?
So as a community, we all come together, and if something's like happening in our school, we all come together to talk about it. And if something's if we need help with something, our teachers will help us, and our staff will also support us with what we're doing.
Boy, you used a couple of good words. There's support and help, and that's what school is all about, Kelvin. And you're obviously a great student. Tell me a little bit about yourself. What do you do in your spare time?
So I play solitaire on Google, and like I try to like get like a really good like set. Like I try to finish the whole game, but sometimes it doesn't go your way.
Yeah, you're a good communicator. I like the discipline you have. I like your energy. What do you want to do someday? Have you thought about that?
So I was thinking of being like a student from Harvard University, and I want to get a doctor's degree and try and be a doctor, but we'll see about that.
But you know what? It's good to aim high, you know, and you don't get anything unless you ask. So, you know, if you put your application in, if you continue with your great academic career here, they may just say yes. They just might. So keep that dream. Thanks for sharing that. Ashlyn, tell us about yourself. You are a ballerina, is that right? How long have you done ballet?
For almost 8 years.
Yeah. And why do you like it?
I like ballet because I like dancing, and I also do hip hop, tap, and jazz.
Wow. So, and it's a great creative way to express yourself. It's athletic, and it's, yeah, I admire you for doing that. Why'd you want to be on the show here today?
I wanted to be on the show because I like talking.
Ah, that's great. This is a place to talk, you know, and you can say most anything here, and we're all ears, as they say. We're all ears. Nice to have you on the show. And Asim, tell us about yourself. What do you do in your spare time?
What I do in my spare time, I watch country guessing videos because I'm a huge fan of geography because I got that from my mom.
Yeah, and you told me you've been to Florida, you've been to New York, and you might be
Yes.
visiting a foreign country, yeah?
Yeah, I might. I don't know. That might be later.
Yeah, of course. An interest in geography, know about the world. The more you know about the world you live in, the more you know about the body you're inhabiting here, the
Yeah.
more you're going to be less freaked out by things that happen. You know, you can just kind of be calm and, okay, I can take care of this. You know, my body will heal itself. I don't know. Yeah, so I appreciate you sharing that with us. All right, let's go over and talk to the team from Oxon Hill. Jace, tell us who your principal is.
Miss Tranzo,
Absolutely, out there rooting for you today. And who is your coach?
Mr. Carthens,
Yes, and they've worked with you, and I know that they are proud of you guys. Do you have any alternates on your team, Jace?
Zoe, and Alonzo.
Bring them out and give them some FaceTime here. And I know they're wearing some matching shirts, and I think there's another safety patrol out there, just like Julie here. Jace, tell us what you like about Oxon Hill Elementary School. Are the teachers good there? I bet they're just wonderful. Do they take their time with you and go over things so you understand them?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Would you ever yourself think about being a teacher? You don't have to
not
say yes.
really.
What are you thinking about doing?
One day I want to be a biologist because one day I used to read, and one book I read was about like lizards, and after that I kind of became interested in biology.
Yeah, sometimes books do that. They take you to a different world and give you an idea about maybe what you'd like to do, something you'd never even thought about. Good luck to you. You're a good captain over there. Julie, nice to have you here today. Yeah, I made the mistake, as a lot of people do, calling her by a month name instead of Julie, which is the correct pronunciation. You're a safety patrol,
Yes.
and you're there after the school lets out, correct? Yeah. Do the kids respect you?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, see, there's something about that sash and that badge. What do you want to do someday yourself?
Well, I would like to be a doctor when I grow up.
Really? Why so?
Well, because I want to help a lot of people who really need it, you know, because I want to make the world a better place.
Absolutely right. And I think that's the ambition all of us should have. You know, it shouldn't be about ourselves. It's what we can do and leave behind and make it a better place. Thank you, Julie, for telling us that. Blake, you know an awful lot about science. You've been demonstrating that. How do you know so much?
Because I've been interested in science since I was a little kid.
Wow, yeah, and it shows. It shows. Would you like to go on in science somehow, professionally?
Yes, I want to either become an astronaut or an archaeologist.
Wow, you're going to need science for both of those. And you know, how about an archaeologist on Mars one day? You know, you could be an astronaut. Just saying, just saying. Nice to have you here, Blake. Let's get back into the game. 80 points for Oxon Hill, 70 for Apple Grove. Last correct answer came from Jace. Let's go again. Lots of points to give away.
Dateline science for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. If mosquitoes suddenly disappeared from the world, wouldn't that be nice? If they did, it would be bad for these V-initialed spiders that like to feed on female mosquitoes that are full of blood. What does the V stand for, Apple Grove?
I'd like to pass it on to Ashlyn.
Ashlyn.
Venomous.
Not venomous, good try. These V-initialed spiders that like to eat female mosquitoes filled with blood are known as what kind of V-initialed spiders? Vampire. Vampire spiders.
Vampire spiders.
Okay, go green. Jace, go.
Science potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. This liquid, how many of you have ever gotten a coconut and put a hole in the top and drunk that liquid in there? This liquid that comes from a coconut is safe for lactose intolerant people to drink because it's non-dairy. What is it, Kelvin?
Coconut water.
No, not coconut water. Oxon Hill. Jace?
Coconut milk.
Milk. No, the key thing there was lactose intolerant liquid, non-dairy. So we needed milk and not liquid. Go again, please. Green.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. Contact lenses are now made of a gel that permits oxygen to pass through this C-initialed outer layer of your eye. Jace.
Cornea.
Cornea, you got it. Yes, indeed.
I was
And a
thinking of
cornea is the
cornea.
part of the eye that you can donate. You know, after you pass away, it has on your driver's license, you can donate your cornea and it can be used to restore the sight of someone living after you've passed away. Go, green.
Let's get physical for 5.
Physical for 5 points. Because it's our Earth's closest star and it is circumpolar, and because our planet tilts on its axis, that's the reason why the state of Alaska's nickname is the land of the...
Wait, no, never mind. Do you guys have anything now?
Apple Grove, because our Earth's star is circumpolar and our planet is tilted on its axis, that's the reason why the state of Alaska's nickname is the land of the midnight what?
Sun.
Sun, that's it, the midnight sun, right. Because, you know, the sun doesn't set up there all summer, and then in the winter, it never comes up. All right. Thank you, Asim, for your assist. Go red. Come on, you're 20 points down.
No,
Where
that was
to,
Ashlyn
Kelvin?
for the assist. That was Ashlyn for the assist.
I'm sorry?
That was Ashlyn for the assist.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Kelvin, go again.
Zoo parade for 15.
Zoo parade for 15 points. Here's your question. Listen carefully. It's been discovered that many animals, like giraffes, long thought to never make a sound, do in fact make noises. Maybe they wait until we humans are not listening, and then they hit this button. Kelvin.
Voice box.
No, not voice box. What button would they hit if they decided they would make some noise?
Alarm.
Unmute. Unmute. If you can't speak, you're mute. But if you do speak, maybe they hit an unmute button, like we did on Zoom for a couple of years. Go again, Red. Kelvin.
Body system for 15.
Body for 15 points. All right. Spelling again. Mycology. M-Y-C-O-L-O-G-Y is the study of fungus like mushrooms. But drop the C, and myology, M-Y-O-L-O-G-Y, is the study of these body parts that can be either voluntary, involuntary, or cardiac. Oxon Hill. You rang in. What did you want to tell me? Apple Grove. These body parts can be voluntary, involuntary, or cardiac. Those 3 varieties. Mycology is the study of what?
The liver.
Cardiac.
No. Muscles.
Oh, muscles.
Muscles, yeah.
Oh,
cardiac
cardiac.
muscle voluntary muscles, like you can make a muscle, and then involuntary muscles that kind of like move everything inside without you having to think about it. Try again, please. Red. Come on, you need 20 points, Kelvin.
Green things for 25.
Okay, that'll give you the lead if you get it. Bananas. Do you like bananas? Yeah, so I'm not a big banana fan. You know, in banana trees, we think bananas really aren't trees. Bananas are herbs. Let me read this question for you. Since a banana tree lacks cambium and a bark, it is actually a herbaceous plant and not a true tree because it doesn't contain any of this that you find in all real trees.
Acorn?
Again?
Acorn?
Not an acorn, no. Like a seed, no. Oxon Hill. What would a banana tree not have? Doesn't have any cambium, doesn't have any bark. It's not a true tree because it doesn't contain any of this that all trees have. Wood. There's no wood in the tree. There's no wood.
Oh.
Go again, red.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo parade for 20 points. These, let's see if you know your animals. Asima, you all right? Stay with me here. Listen to my questions, listen to my clues. This is the 20-point question in Zoo Parade. Let's get this animal. These largest of North America's land mammals. So start thinking about really big land mammals here in North America. These largest one, driven close to extinction way back in colonial times because of hunting, are often called woolly bulldozers because of the effect they have on the environment. They're big. Name that animal. Apple Grove.
Boars?
Say it again.
Boars?
Boars, no, not boars. Oxon Hill. Come on, guys, give him some help.
Rhinos? Rhinos?
There are no rhinos in North America.
Wait, dang it.
Buffaloes. Buffaloes or bison. You know, the big buffalo and the bison out there. You know, and they you know, wherever they move, they kind of knock down all the plants. They kind of change the environment. Okay, we're kind of stuck here. We got to give some points away. Come on, Red.
Body systems for 10.
Body for 10 points. Multiple choice. Let's guess right. Your tympanic bone, T-Y-M-P-A-N-I-C, your tympanic bone helps support which of the following sense organs? Your ear, your eye, or your tongue. Think about the word itself. What part of that word gives you a hint as to which of those sense organs that bone would support? The ear, the eye, or the tongue? Okay, Jace.
Tongue?
Not the tongue, no. Okay, you got two choices left here. Asim, let's give your suggestion to Kelvin there. Ashlyn, you got two left here.
Yeah.
Tympanic membrane. Does it help support your ear, your eye, or your tongue?
Ear?
Why do you say that? That's correct. That is correct. That is correct. If you know musical instruments, do you know what a timpani is? A timpani is a kind of drum, all right? Eardrum. Timpani, you got to make those connections, guys. Hey, you've never played this game before. You're doing fine. It's hard to make these associations. You're doing fine. Let's go, Red. Game's almost over. Kelvin, go. 10 points down.
Science potpourri for 10.
Science potpourri for 10 points. All right, let's see what we can do with that. 10 points. While a diamondback in Maryland usually refers to a turtle, a diamondback turtle, in Arizona, a diamondback is an adjective associated with what other reptile? There is a sports team name for them.
I want to pass it on to Asim.
I see.
Terrapins?
Not a terrapin, no. That's what we were saying. We were talking, you know, normally in the diamondback in Maryland is a turtle. Yes, we got that. It is a terrapin. But in Arizona, the diamondback is an adjective used to describe what other kind of reptile?
Snake?
Rattlesnake.
I said snake.
Did he get it? Okay, we give you a snake. Go ahead. Go.
Body systems for 20.
Body for 20. All right. The bony socket that encloses your eyeballs. Your eyeballs are in a socket here. Has what same name as the path a planet takes around the sun. Apple Grove.
Orbit.
Orbit, that's it, yeah. Your eye's orbits. Okay, Go. Tie score, 105 all. Let's go, Kelvin.
Let's get physical for 10.
Physical for 10 points. In the movie Top Gun, Maverick, Tom Cruise took his airplane to Mach 10, which is 10 times the speed of what? Push the buzzer. Jace.
Light?
No.
Oh, wait, no.
Apple Grove. Mach 10 is 10 times the speed of what? An airplane moving at Mach 10 is traveling at 10 times the speed of what?
Mach 1?
No.
don't know.
Sound.
Oh,
The
sound?
speed of sound. Had you said speed of sound, we would have gotten it. We have a tie score. We go into sudden death. All right. The next question, the first question that is answered correctly wins the game. You pick it, Kelvin. Go ahead.
Let's get physical. Science potpourri for 15.
Science potpourri for 15 points. All right, it's a multiple choice question. Look at the picture in the studio here. I'm going to show you a dinosaur. This is known as a Pachycephalosaurus. It is so named, wait for my choices, because it has a thick skull, prominent eyes, or large feet. Chase.
Thick skull?
A thick skull is absolutely correct, and that means Oxon Hill is going to win our game. Pachy means thick, as in pachyderm, thick-skinned elephant. Congratulations. We'll be back with a wrap-up in just a moment. Don't go away. Well, welcome back. It took a dinosaur to win the game for Oxon Hill. Pachycephalosaurus, yes indeed. Both of our teams, amazing as that score shows, tied, went into sudden death. Just let you know the talent that we have here and the poise of the students in Prince George's County Public Schools. Our final tally today is Apple Grove 105, Oxon Hill 120. Congratulations, Oxon Hill. Nice round of applause over there. Jace, would you do the honors? Tell us who's back there.
That's our principal, Miss Tranzo. This is Zoe. She was an alternate. This is Mr. Carthens, who is the coach, and that's Alonzo, who is also another alternate.
Thank you all for being here, and Jace, thank you. You did a nice job. Round of applause for that Apple Grove team. Don't make us wait another 20 years to have you guys come back. We loved having you here today. Kelvin, tell us who you brought.
Okay, so we have Mr. Derek Jones. That's our sponsor, and we have the Daily Alamancha, our alternate. Jasmine Foster, another alternate, and then Rachel Ajimine, I think, another alternate. And then we have Nigel, a 4th grader, an alternate too. And then we have our principal, Dr. Holland.
Did a nice job. Congratulations. Thank you all for being here today, and thank you all for watching today. Please join us again. We will have Oxon Hill versus Mattapanai in the next game, trying to see who the next semifinalist will be. Until then, I'm Dave Zarin. Bye-bye, everybody. You can all wave.